So those of you who've been using the website for a while now will know that I love bubbles, but there's actually something I love more than bubbles, and that something is Play-Doh. Nearly all the children I know love playing with Play-Doh. In fact, a few adults do as well. It is squishy and mushy and just a whole load of fun, but it's also really useful for encouraging your child's cognitive development skills. And I wanted to take you through some of the reasons why that is. Okay, so the first thing is it can really promote your fine motor skills. That's this, your fingers, okay? So with your child sort of breaking bits off and rolling them in their hands and moulding shapes and all of that sort of stuff, it's really helping them get their coordination and their fingers working in the way that they need to, in preparation, of course, for doing their buttons up and writing with a pen or pencil at school, all of those sorts of things. You can also introduce utensils to help with Play-Doh as well. So sort of, blunt knives or forks or spoons or maybe cookie cutters, all of those sorts of things can really help enhance your child's way of learning how to use tools to get the shape and the desired effect that they want. Okay. Also, playing with Play-Doh gives an ample opportunity to help extend the vocabulary usage that your child has. So as a parent or a carer, whilst they're playing, talk to them about the colours, ask them about the shapes, talk to them about, how they're sort of rolling and, breaking bits off, making circles. It's all going to extend their vocabulary skills in a really fun sort of way. It's also hugely creative, and watching a child play with Play-Doh is a fascinating thing to do. Their imagination starts going off in all sorts of different directions, and they may start making sort of little cakes for tea out of their Play-Doh. They may start making rolls of Play-Doh that they're going to turn into an elephant's nose, all sorts of things. And you know what? It doesn't matter what they're trying to do, and even if it doesn't look like they're trying to achieve what they're trying to achieve, because there's no wrong way of playing with Play-Doh. It just fires their imagination and it uses all of their creative skills, and obviously as they get older, what they're moulding will look more like they're trying to achieve. But in their younger days, it doesn't matter, okay, if it doesn't look exactly what it should do. Just keep praising them, and with that practice they will get better and more confident with it. You can also use Play-Doh to underpin and enhance their literacy and their numeracy skills. So with their numeracy skills, you can start talking about the fact that we've got 3 cakes that we've made for dinner, and if we eat one before dinner, how many is that going to leave us? Or you can start using sort of, buttons and stuff, or little beads or something to sort of say, right, we're going to put 3 buttons onto our gingerbread man, okay, and get them to count them out with you. All of those can really help with their understanding of numbers. It's also a really good way of starting to get them to think about alphabet letters as well. So a lot of the younger children won't have sort of the dexterity needed to be able to write a letter from the alphabet, but they might be able to mould it. So you might be able to sort of roll the Play-Doh into a strip, and then out of that you make the letter S, or you make the letter L or F. They can start writing their own names by moulding in shapes, and that helps to give them an understanding of what will become, obviously, their learning of the alphabet and writing their own names with pens and pencils later down the line. It can also help with extending their attention span, which actually is also a really important skill. Once your child gets to the age where they need to go into school, they will be required to sit down and work on topics or subjects for extended periods of time. And learning that kind of process with their parent or their carer at home helps to prepare them for that. So playing with Play-Doh for the first sort of 5-10 minutes or so, maybe the first time that you do it, but you might find that as you continue to do these kind of activities with them, their attention span starts to extend, and you might get 15 minutes or 20 minutes out of them sitting still working on a little project, and that's a really good thing to sort of preempt those skills that they're going to need for when they get to school. It is also hugely therapeutic, okay? So for a child to play with Play-Doh, it helps to calm them down. So if you have a child who is sort of overactive maybe, or maybe has some anxiety issues and needs to help to calm down, then playing with Play-Doh is a very, very good way of doing that. It's also an amazing activity to help the transition between a busy day and nighttime sort of bedtime routines as well. So sort of after you've been to the park or whatever and after dinner, rather than putting the TV on, sometimes sitting down and playing some Play-Doh with them for a while helps them to calm down enough to get their heads ready and their bodies ready to start the bedtime routine in a nice, calm way. So have loads of fun with Play-Doh. We have a great recipe on how to make Play-Doh that if you follow the link, it will take you through. And actually getting your child to make the Play-Doh with you gives a whole different level to the cognitive development skills that are required, with playing with Play-Doh. So give it a go, have some fun. It's a fantastic activity to do on a rainy afternoon. And if you make it and then play with it, you are just going to have an amazing time with your child. Absolutely.